full of people. You have Shay Andre and Shay, your daughter, both of them your daughter, ma'am.
Yes.
Isn't it true that Shay and Chandra stayed on Sycamore Drive on River to Edge Apartments in 2010?
Yes.
Okay. How did I know that?
You can't answer. She can't answer how he would know something, Judge. And
Okay.
That's an improper question.
Okay. Isn't it true that I have saw you 2010 on Sycamore Drive at them Green River Edge Apartment that I saw you? Isn't that true, ma'am?
You saw me?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. I don't know you.
Do your daughters know me?
I guess, yes. Chandra do.
How do she know me? Do you know how she know me?
No.
But you would agree that she do know me, right?
She said she know you.
Okay, how about Shay? Your daughter Shay, do Shay know me?
Yes.
I've been in Shay's house on Sycamore Drive, and I've been in that Creekstone house before. Isn't that correct?
I don't know.
Did you ever ask them, have they been in these apartments before?
No.
Why not?
They're grown. It's not my business.
But they saying they're hostages. How could you be a hostage and we acquaintances? How?
I don't know you, so they're going hostage. You came in on us. You gonna let us go?
Ma'am, do I know your boyfriend Ronaldo's up?
Yes.
Could you tell about me and Ronaldo's relationship?
I don't know nothing about your Ronaldo relationship. I just know he said you and his brother was good friends and y'all grew up in Pardo.
So we growed up in Harlem. Is it safe to say they've been knowing me since I was a little boy? Ronaldo been knowing me since I was a little boy?
She's asking questions that are outside of her knowledge. She indicated that about what others know, and the only way she might know that is through hearsay, and that's not the question.
Okay. Mandrill Bull. That's Shay's boyfriend, right?
Yes.
Okay. Don't Mandrill know me too?
I guess. Like I said, I don't know who know you. I know I don't know you.
You say you knew about that police shooting yesterday before I come over there to that apartment, is that correct?
Yes.
Did you know about that $50,000 reward before I got over there?
Yes.
Did I ever put my hands on anybody?
No.
Did I ever push anybody?
No.
Did I ever slap anybody around?
No.
Did I ever hit anybody with that gun?
No.
I ain't trying to put my hands on none of them women in no sexual way or nothing like that, though.
No.
On March 25th, 2011, at approximately 11:59 p.m., you had an interview with the GBI Special Agent J.A. Williamson and Special Agent Kurt Kaiser at the Athens County Police Department in reference to Jamie Hood. Is that correct?
Yes.
What did y'all talk about during that video, that interview?
They asked me what all happened.
Okay, could you tell us about the interview? What did they ask you? Could you tell us about that, ma'am?
They just, as I recall, they just told me to walk them through everything that happened.
What did you tell them?
Everything that happened.
Could you be specific about the things that you told them?
I told them that you walked in with the gun to my niece's head. You walked straight through the back. You told me Andrea to get up. You asked where my granddaughter was on the cable. You asked for some money. Andrea said he didn't have any. You told us to go in the bathroom. We went in the bathroom. I was crying. You told me to be quiet because you're making me nervous. So I kept crying. Andrea asked you, can we move into the other room? You're going to put stuff up you say you wish you would have killed Tony Howard. And talking about all the things he did to you in jail. How low down he was.
Ma'am. Ms. Wood, I know that you stated something about Omar Ray, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, during your interview with Special Agent Williams, Special Agent Kyle, isn't it true that you never said that I killed Omar Ray during that interview? Isn't that true?
Correct.
Okay. If you didn't say that I killed Omar Ray on March 25th, 2011, why you telling the jury about I killed Omar Ray?
There's a lot of things I left out in the interview.
But you sure didn't tell them that during the live interview you had and the interview recorded, isn't that correct?
Excuse me.
You sure didn't tell them that on March 25th during that interview, isn't that correct, ma'am?
I didn't tell him in that interview, but I had another interview.
Okay. So, could you just tell the jury why, if you heard me say I killed Mr. Ray, that you wouldn't have told the GBI the first night?
I missed a lot of stuff.
But you didn't say I killed him on March 25th, 2011.
No, I didn't.
You stated I took y'all phones.
Yes.
So I took everybody's phone now.
Was in there that morning.
Okay. Well, ma'am, if I took y'all phone, how y'all was able to text and talk to your family?
Every time the phone rang, you told me to answer it and act normal. At the end of the night, that's when you gave everybody their phone back, and that's when we started texting.
How many people left that house?
Or,
Tell the jury about the people leaving and coming back.
well, one left and came back
I thought you said 4 left.
because I was thinking you was talking about Dion, Mantrell, Michaela, and Zion, who you let go first.
Isn't it true that Chandra and Quentin Reed left that house several times and came back?
Yes, you let them go several times, and you made sure that they knew if they didn't come back, that everybody in the house would be dead.
They did come back there.
Yes, they did.
While they were gone, did they have a chance to tell the police, old crazy man got them held hostage over there?
They could have, but why would they risk everybody else in the house?
Now, ma'am, you stated that you left that apartment and went ate lunch with your boyfriend when all the fellas, that correct, ma'am?
Yes,
You also stated that you went to the Walmart, got there on Lesson Road, is that correct, ma'am?
yes,
Will you agree that you rode right past the police station when you went to Walmart?
yes,
Will you agree that you could have told the police, hey, Jacob, look, got a little hostage out here?
yes.
Why didn't you do that?
Because you said, if you see one police ride by the house, everybody's blood in there would be on my hands, and I was not risking my family.
Did the reward money keep you from stopping right there and talking to the police?
The reward money was not worth me and my kids.
Did I offer y'all that reward money? Did I offer y'all that reward money?
Yes, you told us to give your mother $25,000, and we keep $25,000, and we started laughing.
Why you laughing in your house?
Because who was worrying about $50,000?
But I did offer y'all reward money, right?
Who are you to offer it?
But did I?
Yes,
Now, you stated that Quentin Reed came over to the apartment.
that Quentin, yes,
That's your daughter boyfriend, Quentin, right?
yes,
With his son, Zion.
Zion,
Okay. Isn't it true that me and Quentin Reed were friends?
yes,
So he wore we was friends before we got over there, when you agree with that?
after the fact, yeah, I heard y'all was friends.
Okay. Did he tell you anything about his son playing
No,
So you mean to tell us you ain't bring no marijuana back to the house?
No, I didn't.
Manfred putting out that smoke of marijuana.
no.
So we bring Manfred Hood here, he gonna tell the jury we smoke no marijuana.
I don't know what he'll tell. I know what I didn't do, and that was bring you marijuana.
Now you mentioned that I asked Manfred for some money, he said he ain't have none. Correct?
Yes.
So I didn't take no money from nobody in the house then.
He said he had a little. At first he told you he didn't have none. Then the little bit that he did have, he ended up giving it to you. Then Chandra asked you, did you want some money from her?
I thought you told the jury that Manfred said he didn't have no money.
He did.
How all of a sudden he done had some money, gave it to me, when you stated earlier he didn't have.
He first, when you asked for the money, he told you he did not have any money.
During your interview with the GBI on March 25th, isn't it true that you never told them I took no money from anybody in the house?
No, I didn't.
You didn't tell them that, did you?
No, I didn't.
The reason why you didn't tell them because I did not take no money from nobody in the house. Is that correct, ma'am?
You did.
But you didn't tell the GBI on March 25th, 2011 that I took no money from you.
Right.
Okay. Now, you stated I gave you $100. I gave you $100 to go get some bullets.
Yes, you gave me the money.
Okay. Did you use any of that money to go get us some marijuana?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Okay. You also stated I gave you $100 to go get some hair for your mom.
No, I didn't say you gave it to me.
What, Shay or somebody? I'm
Yes.
sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. It was Shay or somebody I alleged well, I gave $100 to get some hair.
Yes.
Tell the jury about this hair y'all going to get, what they going to get.
They went and picked up the hair
What was the purpose of picking up the hair?
so she could stop calling.
So she can stop calling?
Yes,
I thought y'all said I took y'all phone.
you did. But like I said, every time they called, somebody called, you get told us the answer.
Did Ronaldo leave that apartment when he got there?
I think so.
Where did he go?
Think to buy a black and mild.
Did Ronaldo come back to the apartment?
Yes,
While he was gone, could have told his
told him I didn't see it.
But you will admit that I was offering that $50,000 though, right?
You all did to me, Mandrell and Shay.
You stated that, when your daughter Chandra came in, she said good, and she was laughing when she got back there in the room with y'all. Tell me about her laughing, the laughter.
When Chandra's nervous or scared, she's always laughing because that's the only way she can hide it. So she's always smiling and giggling and doing something when she's very nervous.
How many grown-ups was in that apartment with her?
I think it was 6.
How many men?
3.
That would be Renato,
Mandrell.
Mandrea, and Quentin.
Yes.
When you agree, Renato and Quentin pretty big boys.
Yes.
How much you think they weigh?
Renato over 225 back then.
Quentin was about 230, 225 to 230, bro.
Probably, yes.
Okay. What you think Mandrea was?
I don't know.
How many women? There were 3 women, was it?
Yes.
Okay, and the 2 little kids, 3 little kids, whatever.
Yes.
What was y'all doing when I went to sleep in that apartment?
I was in the room.
Did anybody talk, well, what did they do when I went to sleep? When you was in the room and I sleep, why didn't nobody get that going?
I don't know.
So, did you talk to Renato or Mandrell or Quinn about trying to, hey, call the police and get out there, this crazy guy sleep with a gun and got up hospital?
No.
So you mean to tell me y'all let me sleep and woke up and got gone?
I guess.
How long did I sleep when I was in Creekstone apartment?
I don't know. I was in the room.
But did they talk about me being asleep? Mandrell or Renato or Quinn, did they talk about it?
No.
Well, how you all sleep then?
I said I don't know. I was in the room.
You said you heard me talking about the police.
Yes.
What did I say about the police?
Which one?
Both of them.
You said you were sorry that you shot the white police officer, but you wasn't sorry that you shot Tony Howard.
Why wasn't I, tell us about Tony Hawk.
You just stated that when you was in jail, how he used to beat on you and how low down he was.
No further questions. Regret.
No, Your Honor. She be excused.
She'll just, at least for a while, serve a recall, but we got the rest of them coming in here.
Go down. Call your next witness.
Chandra Best. Would you raise your right hand, please, ma'am? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give the court in this matter of State versus Jamie Donnell Hood will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Would you have a seat, please, ma'am? Pull up in direction of that microphone, if you will. you state your name for the jury, ma'am?
Sharon Davis,
And how old are you, ma'am?
29,
And what city do you live in now?
Winterville, Georgia.
And how long have you been living in Winterville now?
Approximately 3 years.
And who do you live with?
Mandrell, my boyfriend, and my 6-year-old daughter,
And who's your 6-year-old daughter?
Michaela,
What is her date of birth?
8/27/08.
And did you grow up in this Athens area, ma'am?
Yes,
And what high school did you go to?
Clark Central.
Did you graduate from Clark Central?
Yes, I did.
And when did you graduate?
May 2003.
And are you working at this time, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Where do you work?
Power Partners.
And what do you do at Power Partners?
Wind the coils for the transformers.
And prior to working at Power Partners, where did you work at some point before that?
Pilgrim's Pride for 4 years.
You worked for 4 years there? What did you do at Pilgrim's Pride?
Devon, just take it off by the chicken.
Now, your child, Michaela, where does she go to school?
Winterville Elementary.
Now, let me ask you, prior to March of 2011, did you know Jadon Brooks?
Yes.
How did you know Jadon Brooks?
We attended Clark Central together for a couple of years.
How about a person by the name of Maury Ray before his death? Did you know him?
Yes.
How did you know him?
We attended Clark Central together.
And a person by the name of Jamie Hood, did you know him prior to March of 2011?
Yeah, I knew of him.
How did you know of him?
When I stayed off Sycamore and River's Edge, he came up a couple times.
And the person you came to know as Jamie Hood, do you see him in the courtroom now?
Yes.
Would you identify him and point to him, please?
He's sitting to my right.
As the record reflect, Judge, that she's pointed to and identified the defendant, Jamie Hood.
The record will reflect the witnesses identify the defendant.
And you lived in River's Edge at some point?
Yes.
And how long did you live in River's Edge?
Not even a year.
And who did you live with?
My mother, Belinda, well at the time it was Belinda Willoughby. Renato Phillips stayed there for a little while. And Quentin Ryan and Chandra Best, they came and stayed for a couple months.
And who's Chandra Bass?
My sister,
And Quentin Ryden, who is that?
her husband.
And did they have any children?
Yeah, they have 2 kids.
Now, let me go, if I can, to, do you know Shadon Janique Bass?
Yes, that's my cousin.
And how old is she now?
She's 17, she'll be 18 in October.
Now, let me direct your attention, if I can, back to March of 2011. Where were you living at that time, ma'am?
102 Creekstone Drive.
And who were you living with?
Mandrell, my boyfriend, and Michaela, my daughter.
Was that a duplex apartment?
Yes.
And particularly on Thursday, March 24th, 2011, were you living there?
Yes.
And who else was living there with you?
Just me, Mandrell, my daughter.
How about Shadon Janique? Was she stay
Yeah.
over there some?
Yeah, she was. She stayed with me also.
And why would she stay with you?
Her mother was in Miami, and she wanted to come here to better her education. She felt like she can learn more if she moved here because it was slower.
And where was she going to school?
Clark Middle School.
And at that time, she was 13 years old?
Yes.
And who took her to school?
I took her to school every morning.
Was that before you went to work?
Yes.
And Michaela, while you were at work, where did Michaela go?
She attended Little Wonders of the World. My aunt has a daycare in Country Club.
Now, at that time, in that particular week, where was Belinda, your mother, staying?
Gwinnett.
And who was staying with her?
Renato Phillips, her husband.
And your mother you remember?
Wendy's, Prince Avenue.
And how about Renardo Billings? Where was he staying? Where was he working, I mean?
Omnisource.
And do you know what hours he generally worked? Was it early or later?
He'll work early in the morning, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning, the earliest.
Well, if they were living in Gwinnett County and working over here, tell me how they would normally get to work.
Their commute, he'll have to be to work at 5, so she'll ride with him to work. He'll drop her off at my house before he goes to work, and he will go ahead to work, and she would come to my house and stay there until it's time for her to go to work. Or she would drop him off and drive the car back to my house and go to sleep until around 6:45, 7, depending on what time she has to be to work.
Now, let me go back to that day of Thursday, March 24th, that morning. At that time, did you know anything about or heard anything at all about what had happened to Jadon Brooks and the 2 officers?
Yes, I was at work when I heard it.
And so, did you know on the morning of March 24th who was the suspect or who they were looking for at that time?
Yes,
And who was that?
Jamie Hood.
Now, let me go back to that morning, March 24th, on that Thursday morning. Can you tell us what happened that morning? What was your routine and what were you doing, and then what happened?
I normally send Shadunjani out to crank up the car while I get Michaela and I ready for work and school. She went out to the car to crank up, to warm the car up. When she came back in, I was coming out my washroom in the back, and I was putting on a shirt. And I didn't have my shirt all the way on. I just had like put one sleeve in. And when I looked up, I saw Shadunjani standing there and Jamie Hood, and he had the gun to my face, and he told me that I killed 2 people and I wanted an officer, and he also said that he don't have nothing, he has nothing to lose, that if we didn't cooperate, he'll kill us too. And he told us to get on the floor and crawl in the room. I crawled in the room.
Which room?
My bedroom, the master bedroom. We crawled in the room. Mandrell was laying on the bed, laying in the bed, sleep, and he pointed the gun at Mandrell and asked him, told him to get up. So Mandrell got up. It was kind of like, I guess, seeing somebody that's normally not there. He was kind of shocked. He asked, do we have any money? Mandrell told him he had some money. I forget where he told me money was. He looked for the money, he got it, asked was that all he had. I told him I had some more income tax money. He told me he didn't want my money. He asked me where's my little girl. I told him she was asleep. She was in the living room asleep on the sofa. He told us that we weren't going to school or work today. We couldn't leave. So he made us get up. I went and got my little girl off the sofa. When we came back to go in the bathroom where he told us to go, my dog was barking, and he jumped up and told her to get the dog or he'll shoot it. And she picked up the dog. He told us to go in the bathroom. So we all in the bathroom. My mother sat in the tub, facing this way, and her dog was in her lap. I stood by the sink right in front of the door with my daughter. She was asleep. Shadunjani sat on the toilet, and Mandrell sat on the floor facing this way also.
When you say this way, what do you mean this way?
The same way my mother was facing, not towards the living room, but the door was behind me. He was facing the opposite way of the door, the bathroom door.
And your mama was too?
Yeah, they both were. At this point, Jamie, he barricaded the house. I couldn't tell really what he was doing because the door was shut. But I know he's barricading the house because when I looked out the door, when he came to check and make sure everybody was okay, I could see that furniture was rearranged.
How was it rearranged?
One of the sofas was
Mandrell mention anything about what he might want to do or anything like that you recall?
Yeah, he actually wanted to go out, and he was like, you know, he can't do this. He feels there's been a man that somebody came in on his family, and he wanted to go out and, I guess, fight him. And I talked to him, and he was like, if he shoot me, I'll just leave. And I told him, my child is here. I can't take that risk. You don't know what he could be thinking, and you can't do that. So I had to, like, literally hold him down so he couldn't get up.
And you say at some point he went out of the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
is that correct?
Yes.
And went out of the bathroom, could you see what he was doing when he went out at all, or could you hear what was going on while he was out?
I couldn't hear what they were saying. They weren't speaking that loud, but I could. He had to see like where he can see him, like where they were face to face.
And you said something about the master bedroom, going into the bedroom.
Yeah, we went in the master bedroom. Me, my mother, my daughter, the dog, and my cousin. We went in the master bedroom, but it was barricaded. Like the mattress off the bed was, the dresser was pushed up to the window. The mattress was on top of the dresser, covering the window. And the drawers were, like the clothes were throughout other drawers, and everything was rearranged.
The clothes were thrown out of the drawers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would object. I've been trying to see if he's gonna stop. He leading all the witness straight through it. He could ask him questions. He don't have to.
So the objection's leading.
Is that what, a leading question at all?
He been doing it. He been doing it.
You need to object.
Okay, I just skipped.
I'll rule the objection.
And at that time, was Mandrell in there also?
In the room?
Yes.
No, he was still in the living room.
And could you hear what was going on at all, or at all at any point?
No, some point in between being in the room, Mandrell had to make a phone call. I think he called Mr. Campbell at that time. I don't know what the conversation was about. It wasn't a long conversation, but I don't know what the conversation was about.
And did anybody else ever come to the apartment at all, ma'am?
Yes, I can't remember if Terrence came before Quentin, but I know Quentin came in. Mandrell kept calling Quentin to come over. He finally got there, maybe around 3 o'clock. My sister, Chandra, she came like 30 minutes after he did because she was going to work, and she was dropping their son off to him because he keep him while she's at work. So she came like 30 minutes behind Quentin, her and Zion, her baby. They came. And I can't remember if Terrence came before that or after that. And I know Renato also came. I think he came before that. He did actually. When he got home. No, he came after that. I'm sorry. He came around maybe after 5. He came over there and to do his normal routine to meet my mother.
And after those other individuals came, what happened when they came in the room? When they came in the apartment, as far as Quentin and the others?
Jamie, he, as they came in and they shut the door, he told them, this isn't a joke. He had the gun in his hand. He was telling them that this isn't a joke. This is real. He told my sister and her baby to go to the bedroom with us. And the guys stayed in the living room with them, but he did let us know that it wasn't a joke.
And what did you take that to mean?
He was serious. He wasn't playing. He meant what he said. Don't do anything crazy.
And at some point, do you recall your mother leaving to go to lunch?
Yeah, she did her normal activity because that's what she normally does. He let her leave and go to lunch with Renato.
And do you remember hearing anything, if you did, what he may have said before she left?
Yeah, he asked her what Renato called the phone. He saw the name and he knew Renato. He asked whose phone was it. She said it was hers. He asked how did she know Renato Bills. She told him that it was her fiance. He then said that he let us know that he knew Renato. They grew up in Palmer together. His brother and Renato was best friends. He told her he was gonna let her go, but make sure she come back because if she didn't, he'd hurt everybody in the house, and she didn't want that. He told her to do her normal routine, whatever they do, and make sure she don't say anything, and make sure she come back.
Do you remember him asking her to do anything else other than the normal routine with Ronaldo?
He asked her to go purchase some bullets, a cell phone, and so he also told her to purchase marijuana.
And she wound up leaving?
Yes,
And did she wind up coming back?
yes she did.
And did you see any items that she may have had?
I saw a cell phone, I saw the bullets, I didn't see the marijuana. She came back with a pacifier for my daughter.
And what was her demeanor during this time that she was in the apartment, man? How was she acting, your mother?
She was terrified. She cried like that Thursday. She cried all the way up to we was able to surrender. She didn't take anything as a joke. I tried talking to her to ease her up. It didn't work.
And tell us about Terrence Lumpkin. You said at some point he came. Did he wind up leaving at some point?
He came, yeah, he wound up leaving. I don't really know what their conversation was really about. I was in the bedroom. I heard him talking about football with the kids. I think he was supposed to go bring some more clothes, and he was told to leave, but make sure he came back the next day.
And ma'am, did y'all have cell phones at all?
Yeah, we all had cell phones.
And what happened to your cell phones when this began on Thursday?
We gave all our cell phones to him, like he ordered us to Jamie, like he ordered us to. Then he gave me back my cell phone to call my child and let them know I was in for the day. And our cell phones kept ringing, so he gave us back our phones so we can answer them, so no one would come over, try to prevent people from coming over because he didn't want to have to bring them in.
And let me go back if I can. At the time on that morning of March 24th, that Thursday morning, before he came in, did you understand at that time what had happened to the officers, the two officers?
Yeah, I knew that one was wounded and another was killed.
And when the defendant, Jamie Hood, came in and talked about that he had done something to two people, what do you recall him saying?
I killed two people and wounded an officer. I have nothing to lose.
And at that time, what did you think when he said, I killed two people and wounded an officer?
I thought he was just scaring me when he said he killed two people.
Why is that?
Because I just heard that the officer was killed and another officer was wounded. That's all I heard at the time. So when he said two people, I just thought maybe he was just trying to scare me.
Did he ever, during this time that y'all were there before the surrender there, say anything at all about what he did with the officers that you overheard?
He said that he didn't mean to kill the white cop. He didn't mean to do that. He said that the other cop, Tony Howard, been abusing him since he was, I think he said 18. And he said that if anything, he should have killed him. And he also said that he been doing him dirty, and he said that he shot him.
Did he ever say anything at all about Jadon Brooks that you heard?
Yeah, he said that he kidnapped him. He said he put him in the trunk, and he said that if he wouldn't got away
And did he ever say anything at all about Amari Ray?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I was in the bedroom. He spoke on the death of him, and he said that he was
Before you go into that, where was he at? Where was the defendant at the time you were in the back room? Where was the defendant?
he was in the living room. And he was in the living room, but just the guys were in the living room with him. The kids and the women were in the bedroom.
And what do you remember him saying, hearing him say?
I remember him saying that, I remember someone commenting on the gun that he had, and I remember him saying that the gun that he had was pretty. I mean, the gun he had before that was pretty, the one he killed Omari with. I also remember him saying that he was at his mother's house. He pulled up at the mother's house, and he got in the car, and he asked Omari where was Ken. He told me he didn't know. He also said that he asked me again. He told me he didn't know. He said something about calling for his mother. He shot him, and he yelled for his mother again. He shot him. He had to leave because he didn't want his mother to come out.
Did he say anything at all about his mother, about what may have happened? Do you remember?
I remember him saying that he had to leave because he didn't want to have to shoot her either if she would have came out.
Did you remember him saying anything at all about seeing Omari before that at some place?
No.
Did he ever say why it is, or indicate to you why it is that he shot Omari?
No, I just remember him saying he asked where Ken was, and he was praying for his mother. That's all I remember.
Did he indicate how Omari yelling for his mother affected Jamie Hood, the defendant?
He said it made him upset.
And you said something about the gun he had at that time, there at Creekstone. That you said something about pretty. What were you talking about there? What did you hear?
I can't remember who said that the gun that he had was pretty, and he was like, well, if you think this one pretty, you should see the one I killed Omari with. That one was pretty.
And at some point later, did you hear the defendant on the phone with anybody at all?
Yeah.
And when was that, or what do you recall?
That was while the house was surrounded. I think you guys were there by then. Well, not you, but the GBI agents and the police.
And what do you recall about that?
One of the guys called Quentin's phone, and Quentin spoke with him, and I think he asked what was going on. Jamie asked Quentin who it was, and he said Brown. And Jamie asked to see the phone, and he told him, you know what's going on, it's all over the news, everybody knows that they're okay. And I forget what else he said, but it led Jadon Brooks into calling. So Jadon Brooks called, and he spoke with Jamie, and he asked, he said something that aggravated Jamie. I don't know what he said, but I can tell because he was like, you know what happened, you know what I wanted. I was looking for Ken, and he said something, Jadon said something about his big brother, and he was like, Jamie was like, yo, don't cry, you talk to him now. I forget the exact conversation, but I know he told him that if you would've got out of the truck, you know what would happen. You know you was gonna die. And he gave the phone to Ken Campbell. By then, Ken asked Jamie what was going on. He said, you know what's going on, I was looking for you. And Ken asked him, why did he kill Omari and Jadon? Jamie told him, because he wouldn't tell me where your big
Did the defendant ever say anything at all about jail or going back to jail or anything like that?
Yeah, he said that he was accused, he did 12 years for something that, for a crime that he didn't commit, that if he ever went back to jail, it'll make CNN.
Did he say more about what he mean it'll make CNN?
No, he didn't elaborate more, he just said if he go back to jail, it'll make CNN news.
Now, at some point, ma'am, did Quentin and Mandrell and the two children leave the apartment there?
I'm sorry.
At some point, did Quentin, Mandrell, as well as the two children leave the apartment?
Yes.
And about when was that?
I have no idea what time it was. I have no idea.
Well, was it on the same day of the surrender at all?
Oh, yes,
And how did that go down? How did that happen?
he talked on the phone to maybe, who was ever in charge of GBI. He spoke with them. He gave some orders that he wanted done in order for them to get some of the hostages. And I recall, I know the orders, some of the orders were he wanted his brother out of jail because he had nothing to do with it. And he wanted his mother there. One of them they couldn't do. And he gave them his word that he'll let some of the hostages go if they did what he wanted them to do. They informed him that one of them they couldn't do, but they could get his mother there. So he was gonna let, I think, the ladies go first, and he thought about it. He changed his mind, and he said he'd let the fathers go with the kids because he didn't want them to think if he let the women go first, then they would have thought that the guys that were in there was a part of the robbery, and they probably would have did something.
And after Quentin and Mandrell left with the children, at some point, did the surrender happen?
Yes.
And how did that go down?
He called and he asked, I don't know if he called them or the GBI called him, but they spoke with each other, and he asked that he get his own news because he felt like he'd be hurt if he came out and surrendered, and there was no television, so he wanted it on the news. They granted him that, and they put it on the news. He told them what door it was, what house it was. He watched it on TV to make sure it was right there. He got all of us ready, and we lined up, and we came out.
And after you came out, what happened?
We were on the ground when we came out. I remember Jamie saying that the hostages had nothing to do with this. And he was sorry for taking the officer by the Christian life because he was innocent.
Thank you, Ms. Beth.
Friday, March 24, 2011?
I knew of you.
Okay. How did you come to know me?
You came around to my house to see Quentin riding.
Was that apartment on Sycamore or the apartment on Freestone?
This was the apartment on Sycamore.
Okay. Why did I come to your apartment on Sycamore Drive?
Quentin riding.
Okay. How many times did I come to your apartment on Sycamore Drive? How many times did I do that?
I already seen you twice on Sycamore Drive.
Your mother, Belinda Willoughby was staying there at the same time I was coming over there too, isn't that correct? Okay. Was you, prior to March 24, 2011, me and Quentin Redden friends? Me and Quentin, we were friends, is that correct?
I don't know if y'all were friends, but I know you came over there for him
Okay.
a couple times.
How many times did Quentin Redden ride in the front seat of my Cadillac?
I have no idea. I just know you came over twice. I know he have rode you before, but I can't say how many times exactly.
Okay, well, why did Quentin Redden, do you know why Quentin Redden would ride with me? Why?
No.
Okay. But you would have been, you'd have saw him get in the car with me and Quentin rode off somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Was your sister Sundray Best staying with you on Sycamore?
Yes.
Okay, was she staying with you on Freestone?
Yeah, for a couple, well, trying to think. She stayed with me on Sycamore. I don't know when she got her apartment in, where she was staying at before then, but if she was, it was probably a couple months,
Okay.
if that long.
Prior to March 24, 2011, how many times did I come to your apartment on Freestone Drive?
A couple weeks before that, I remember seeing you. I probably saw you like 2 or 3 times before you came into the home.
Okay, so why was I at your apartment at Freestone? Tell us what did you see when I was at your apartment on Freestone prior to March 24, 2011?
I remember the time you came a couple weeks before that, which was March. You came over there. Quentin was there. Mandrell was there. I remember you getting on the phone saying that you had some guys that wanted to buy something. I remember Mandrell saying he didn't know what you were talking about. I remember him saying he didn't have any money. I remember you saying that the detective put a card on your door, and Mandrell said a joke to you that they said you killed Omari, and you said, mind your own business. And he was like, one thing about me, I mind my own business. I remember that.
Ma'am, you wouldn't lie on me, would you?
No, I would not.
Argumentative, if he knows that, you need to ask questions of that nature. They're argumentative and not book.
Sustained, again,
Whatever.
sustained. That's another question.
Okay. Why did I pick y'all house on Freestone? Out of all the houses in Athens, Georgia that I passed by, why did I pick y'all?
That's pure speculation on her part to say why he may have done something.
Sustained.
Okay. Why do you think I picked y'all house?
I know why you told me you picked our house.
Okay.
You said you were in the area. You said that whoever came out first, me or my neighbors, you were gonna go in. Luckily, we came out instead of the neighbors.
So are you telling me that I said a detective put a card in my door pertaining to the Omari murder before I got over there? Is that what you just said?
You said there was a card on your door, at your door, and Mandrell said, they said you was the one that killed Omar. I didn't say you said that's why they put it on your door.
How many people before March 22nd, 2011 said I killed Omari?
I can't say how many other people, I don't know how many other people said it.
Well,
Are you,
why would Mandrell say that I killed Omari before March 22nd, 2011? What made you
I
say
don't
that?
know what
selling. We talked about marijuana buying and selling.
You probably did. I never heard you. Like I said, I heard your conversation on the phone.
Okay. Do your boyfriend Mandrell sell drugs? Or did he, just say, did he sell drugs
Yes.
Friday, March 22nd, 2009?
Yes.
When you agree that I was over there for drug purposes?
I don't know why you were over there. You were over there before that.
But he was selling drugs before that too, wasn't he?
Excuse me?
He was selling drugs before that too, wasn't
Yes.
he? How many times he been convicted for drug selling?
I don't know.
But have he ever been convicted for drug
No,
selling?
those are not appropriate questions, and that's really not the proper way to do this. Plus, she said she doesn't. She's done.
Quentin Ridden is a known drug dealer too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Now again, well, that's my purpose of dealing with Quentin and Manny Brad because drugs, marijuana.
I don't know what your purpose was.
But you do know they were known drug dealers, don't you?
Yeah.
How did I come to know your sister Chandra best?
Quentin Ryder, her husband.
How did I come to know Terry Long?
Football with the kids.
How he was involved in football? How did we get to know each other concerning this football?
I have no idea.
Friday, March 24, 2011, when I come to your apartment, did I pull a gun on y'all and try to rob y'all and hurt y'all?
No.
Did I ever disrespect any one of you when I come over your house Friday, March 24, 2011?
No.
Did I ever try to rob me?
Not that I know of.
When you found out about the police shooting incident, did you talk to your sister Chandra Best and her boyfriend Quentin Ridden about what you heard?
I didn't speak to Quentin Ryder. I called Chandra. I called Quentin Ryder phone also, but I didn't get an answer from him. But I did speak with Chandra.
Did you know about the reward money Friday, March 24, 2011?
Yes.
I would like for you to look at State's Exhibit 758, ma'am.
Okay.
758. Would you agree what you see right there is $50,000 reward in search for lawman killer Jamie Hood? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So you knew about this $50,000 reward money before I got to y'all apartment on March 24, 2011?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, isn't it true that I offered y'all the reward money before I turned myself in?
You offered to split it.
Okay, tell us about it. Tell us about that.
Okay. You said that you were gonna surrender from there, or you were gonna leave from there that night. Somebody, you can take my mother's car, wreck it, or whatever you're gonna do with it. You said that someone can call the police and we can get the reward money. You mentioned that your mother lost her job and that she needed money. We can give your mother some of the money and keep the rest of it. And Mandrell told you that he will give you $50,000 if you left.
But I did offer y'all the reward money, didn't I, ma'am?
Yeah, you mentioned it.
During your interview, did you tell Agent Thomas and Agent Parker that Jamie was nice enough not to hurt anybody?
Yeah,
So you told them I was nice to y'all, right?
yes,
Did I ever put my hands on anybody?
no,
Did I ever push anybody?
no,
Did I ever slap anybody?
no,
Did I ever hit anybody with a gun?
no,
Did I try to sexually touch you in any type of way?
no,
Is this why you told the agent he was nice enough not to hurt anybody?
yes,
Did I let y'all eat? Did you go get food?
yes.
Tell the jury about people leaving and going to get food.
He let us leave could be hurt.
What food places did y'all go to while I was over there at Crichton with y'all?
I remember them going to Popeyes,
Where else did they go?
to my grandmother some money, to get her hair done, cause she would not stop calling. Also, he sent Quentin and Chandra to go get some money from somewhere.
Let's talk about this marijuana. How much marijuana did we smoke in that apartment while I was over there?
I don't know.
Is it true that Manfred, your boyfriend, Quentin, and me, we all smoked marijuana while we was in that apartment?
Yeah, probably so. I was in the bedroom though, but I know it was being smoked because I could smell it, but I don't know who I was smoking.
Okay. But isn't it true that your boyfriend, Manfred Hull, told your mother, Belinda Willoughby, to bring that marijuana back?
I know she was told to bring it back. I don't remember who told it. I actually thought it was you, and I could have been wrong, but I know she was told to go get it.
She brought it back to you, didn't she?
Yeah.
You said I took y'all phones when I got there.
Mm-hmm.
If I took y'all phone, how y'all were texting and talking to people?
First of all, you told us to answer the phone because we were very important people to some people, and you know we were cared for. That was to prevent them from coming over because my cousin actually came over because she was worried. So you let us answer the phone. You let us text people.
All right, when you left and went and got food, y'all could have went and told the police, hey, we got Jamie Hood, got us over in hostage. You could have done that, couldn't you?
We could have, but who would take that chance when you threaten to kill everybody in the house if anybody said anything, or if anyone, even if it seemed like to you that they were taking too long, or you looked at the news and you saw when Quentin and Chandra left, you looked at the news and you saw they got a tip. You were worried then. We kept blowing up their phone to make sure they were coming back then. So yeah, we could have told, but why?
That $50 reward, did that have any bearing on you not telling?
You know not.
I thought so.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh,
Questions?
you're right. It was not what you want. All righty. Okay, well, when Ronaldo left the apartment, where did he go to?
I have no idea.
How long did I sleep in that apartment, Freestone? How long did I sleep in there?
I don't know. I didn't even sleep. I don't know if you would sleep or not.
Did Mandrill come back in there and tell you Jamie not sleep?
He thought you was asleep.
Didn't Shadon Janique say that Jamie not sleep?
I don't remember her saying it. She was in the room with me.
Okay, so did Shadon Janique ever tell you that she told the agent when she was interviewed Jamie not sleep with a gun on the floor?
No.
Is it possible that she said and you forgot about it?
No, it's not possible.
So you telling us right now, she never did tell the agent during her interview Jamie was sleep?
I don't know what she told the agent. I was in another room.
Okay. If I was sleeping in that apartment, why didn't them grown up do nothing about it?
Do you know?
Hostage.
Do you know that how many times they wanted to? The idea of putting Visine in your drink came up. The idea of maybe when they thought you were sleeping didn't know. You know how many ideas came up, and I told them no because I don't know what state of mind you was in. You probably wasn't even asleep. Just want to see if they're gonna try
They wanted to get out of the house. They were tired of being held hostage against their will. Yeah, all kind of ideas came up of what they could do to you.
Did you tell us about those ideas, please, ma'am?
Put Visine in your drink was one of them,
What number?
and I can't remember the rest of them.
But you don't recall me being sleeping at all. You don't.
I know your eyes were closed. I didn't even see it. They thought you were asleep. They didn't know for a fact you were asleep. I didn't believe you were asleep, period.
You said something about my eye being closed. How did you find out about my eye being closed?
Because they came in the room, and when they made up when they said that you were in there and Quentin thought you were asleep, I told him you weren't asleep.
How did you know I wasn't sleeping? You
I
didn't look at me or touch me or come to see.
I don't care if I did touch you. I'm sure you wouldn't move. Nobody know what you had up your sleeve. We didn't trust you.
But you told the agent I was nice enough not to hurt you.
And you were nice enough not to hurt me, but that don't mean I trust you, period.
But they did tell you he was in there with his eye closed. Who told you that? Mandrill or Quinn?
One of them.
One of them.
It had to be a guy because all the girls were in the room.
Okay. So, but you didn't come in there and check to see if I was asleep.
No.
But they did come in there and tell you they thought I was asleep.
Yes.
Okay. I see you stated that you offered me some money and I didn't take your money. Why didn't I take your money?
I guess because I'm a girl. I don't know.
Okay. I see you stated that I took some money of Mandrill or something. Then you stated that I
I
took some money
said
from
that,
somebody.
yes, I said that Mandrell told you he had some money, which was some of Michael Ted's money and some money that he had, and I offered you some more Michael Ted's money.
If I took Mandrill money, why didn't y'all tell the police to get it from me when I walked out there with no cameras on me at 11:18?
Do you think I didn't want to tell him?
Well, why you did?
It wasn't that serious. You were gone. You said that you was gonna, you told him to give it to your mother.
But you would agree, when we all walked out there, hands up, everybody looking at it, y'all didn't tell the police, hey, James Hood took our money there. You didn't do that, did you?
I don't recall me telling him that.
Because you don't recall me taking nobody's money, do you?
You gave back the money for me to for my sister to get my grandmother to get her hair done.
So you said the money that I took from Mandrill, you said I gave it back to y'all.
You gave whatever I was supposed to give my grandmother to buy her hair and get her hair done. That was the money you gave back so I could give her, which I think was like maybe $100 or probably a little bit more than that, if that much. That's how much you gave to give to her.
Okay. How much money did I allegedly take from Mandrill Hood?
I don't remember.
But you can positively say, when we all walked out there with on camera, we got officers all around, y'all didn't say, hey, James Hood took my boyfriend money. You didn't do that, did you?
I didn't say that.
Did anybody in that apartment say, hey, get some money from James Hood, he done robbed us?
In the apartment?
Yeah, when we walked out.
Outside the apartment?
Yeah, when we all came out, all the officers was out there. Did anybody in that apartment say James Hood took some money from us?
I don't know what they said. I just know what I didn't say.
But you did, right?
No.
If I took some money from you, would have told it to him, hey, get my
I
money
wouldn't
back?
have cared as long as you were gone.
You said, I see you stated that Mandrill called Mr. Campbell. Tell us about that.
I already told.
I mean, could you clarify who Mr. Campbell is?
Ken Campbell, because that's the name you kept saying.
So Mandrill called Ken Campbell, that's what you saying?
I stated that you got him to call him.
You stated that I got Mandrill to call Ken Campbell.
Yes.
Why would I do that?
I guess to see where his mind was. I don't know, because as long as I've been on Mandrill, they're not acquainted. No kind of way. Him and Ken Campbell.
But both of them sell drugs, though.
I don't care what both of them do. That don't mean they know each other.
I just asked you a question, ma'am, but both of them don't, do you know both of them sell drugs?
Now, I don't know about Ken. I can't speak.
He's asking questions in regard to matters that are outside of her scope of her knowledge.
Now, didn't tell the news people I killed them all Ray if I said it.
And that doesn't matter, but I heard you say it.
But you didn't tell them news folk, didn't you?
So,
No further questions at this time. I wish to have separate recall.
Ready, Ray? Wait just a moment.
Ms. Beth, let me ask you.
mm,
That early morning of March 24th, when Shadon Janique came in the door after being sent out to start the car, who was behind her when she walked in that door?
Jamie,
And what did he have in his hand?
a gun,
Where did he put that gun in relation to you?
to my face.
In the interview after the surrender there,
Mhm.
were each of y'all separately interviewed just within an hour or so after that two-day incident?
Yes,
During that late night or early morning, late night of March 25th, early morning of March 26th, is that when those interviews were conducted?
yes.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I got you. He said something.
Those comments, I would
You're right.
object
You're right.
to.
You are right. You are right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Just ask a question. Don't even tell me I'm
Okay,
right.
you're right.
Just
You're
ask
right.
the question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did I mention anything about that police shooting incident?
Yes.
The officer, what did I say?
You said that, you didn't mean to kill the white officer, that Tony Howard had been doing you dirty since you was 18. He used to abuse you at the jail, and that you shot him, and you said that you should have killed him instead of the other one.
Isn't it true that when I was ready to turn myself in, I told everyone to call their loved one and to tell them you all are hostages?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
Well, my grandmother called. She told me to let her know what was going on because I think she said a detective was over to the house and my mother didn't call out for work, so they were worried, her or her husband. So I spoke with Jamie and I told him that they're getting worried. They know that my mother's not at home, she's not at work. It's not like her, she's been at her job for 13 years and she's never been a no call, no show. He told me, I told him I was gonna have to tell her something. He told me to go ahead, I let her know that we were being held hostage. He told us that he was gonna go clean up, his face clean or whatever, and that we can call them and tell our loved ones that we were hostage and that it was okay.
So I told everybody in that house to call all them loved ones, hey, and tell them, hey, y'all hostage.
Yes.
No further questions.
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. You may go down. We'll take a 10-minute recess.
Judge, you can excuse her totally if you want. That's on him. If y'all want to totally